Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the C Summit 7. I don't know why it says Summit 5 here. I guess something's wrong with the tickets. But we are in the Summit 7C qualifiers. We are in the playoffs. This is all best of threes. Winner moves on, loser drops to lower bracket. First up, we got WG.U versus Clutch Gamers. Two of the teams that did particularly quite well, at least in the last major qualifiers. I think Clutch Gamer actually surprised a lot of people by qualifying into the playoffs of that tournament as well, and I guess it's no surprise now that they make it this far. What is a surprise is that the Faceless, which used to be the dominant C team, is no longer with us. They actually dropped out quite early. On the other side of the bracket, we have TNC versus Happy Feet, which will be another best of three that's coming up after this. We did see some very good teams being knocked out, such as the fan favorite Mineski, fan favorite Fnatic. They are no longer with us as well. And the last four teams, like I said, Clutch Gamer, WG.U, Happy Feet, and TNC will play for one slot to Los Angeles to qualify for the Summit 7 spot for the C representative. And without further ado, let's actually get into the draft. We got Warlock and Ursa for WG.U. I know Ajit is a big fan of the Ursa Warrior. In fact, and I think C in general, they really like Ursa as a very big threat that is able to win a lot of fights. He's not exactly the best objective taker, apart from Roshan. Like, not very good at taking outer towers, especially terrible for going up high ground. But for C Dota, it's definitely a lot more fight centric, a lot less objective based. So I think it really fits the playstyle of C Dota. Meanwhile, the other side, we got Clutch Gamer, pick up Slardar and Invoker. I think Slardar for the past year and a half has been one of the most dominant heroes, at least in the pick ban phase. Always first phase bans, always first phase pick. Have so many weapons to kind of pair him up with. You can play him as an offlane, you can play him as a support. Just an all-around amazing hero. I do want to mention that we have some strange heroes being banned out here. Io, which, I mean, he's a very strong hero, but I haven't seen him being picked or banned for a while, so I find that somewhat surprising. And we got a Pugna pick here. Ooh, this is some scary stuff. So Pugna is going to be quite good in terms of supplementing what Ursa's weak at, which is the fact that he can't really take towers effectively. And Pugna is going to be quite good against the chain stunning capability that Clutch Gamer is trying to bring out. That Nether Ward is going to be super annoying for these like squishy spellcasters such as Rubik and Ursa, or sorry, Rubik, Slardar, and whatnot. We got Weaver being picked up. Can be a support, but most likely won't be, considering that we have Slaughter and Rubik already. Although, like I said, Slaughter can be the off lane, and then you get the Rubik Weaver support instead. We're gonna have to wait and see on that one.
10 seconds to go. Radiant's banned. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Alright, sorry guys, I needed to converse with my co-caster because his internet died. That's why I'm solo casting, at least for game 1. I'll get a co-caster for game 2, guys, so you don't have to listen to me all the time. Ooh, we got an Omni Knight last ban. Interesting. I guess Omni Knight would have been pretty good in terms of supplementing what WG's draft has got going. One thing I have to say about WG's draft so far is that they don't got a lot of disables. We're looking at mostly a Fissure.
10 seconds to go.
And that's it, right? I mean, you got the Chaotic Offering, you got the Echo Slam or Enchant Totem, but all of those require either a very long cooldown or extreme setups. So I feel like the last pick of WG needs to be something that is excellent at crowd control. Because Ursa, as great as he is in terms of damage output, he needs stuns. So I'm thinking of some sort of like a Puck or something like that could actually give them the ability to actually lock people down and start the fight on their own terms. Because the way I'm looking at it, you have some very mobile cores on the side of Clutch Gamers, and they could dance circles around WG unless they're locked down. Alright, back on Clutch Gamer's side. I still don't know whether this is off lane / support. I mean, both of them could play that role, and I guess that's the strength of this draft, right? We're not really sure. Hopefully WG is also not somewhat sure. Clutch Gamer will be rounding out the draft with their last pick. One thing I have to say is that the Clutch Gamer's safe lane support in the form of Rubik is quite weak. So that will allow WG to actually go some sort of greedy offlane if they want. I've seen Pugna Earthshaker dual offlane, and that will be fine, especially if it's only a Rubik support.
10 seconds to go.
Clutch Gamer really running low on that reserve time. We'll have to make a decision soon.
Axe.
Ooh, it's going to be an Axe here. So Axe definitely the offlane here. That will mean that we're going to have a support Slaughter, carry Weaver, and a safe lane Rubik. I like this duo quite a bit. Like I said, Rubik is a very weak support, but Weaver is one of the stronger carries, at least in the laning stage. Can set up a lot of kills, can do a lot of harass. Yes, his physical attack range is quite low, but he will get out of most harm's way with things like Sakuchi. And WG.U will immediately pick up a puck afterwards. Like I mentioned, they just need more disables. The silence is going to be great against Rubik, Weaver, things of that nature. But mostly we're picking it for the Dream Coil. With heroes like Pugna and Ursa, you really want to force a fight at a certain area to maximize the damage that Netherworld will put out. And of course to give Ursa his room and space to actually claw people. So I thought the puck was the best pick, and seems like WG will agree, as they do pick it up here last. Now the question becomes, is Pugna the mid or is Puck the mid? I feel like both these heroes will be fine. I think Puck mid is slightly better because he's a little bit more level dependent. He's a little bit more farm dependent. Pugna, you could make the argument that he's also both level and farm dependent, but I think he's a little bit better in the offlane, especially when he has Earthshaker support. We'll see what WG.Unity decides to do though in terms of the lanes. Ah shit, I need to make sure that... Alright, Dota TV audio's on, my bad boys. Ooh, that's not a good shrine usage. Alright. Alright, let's talk about who is going to be playing what. Boomback's going to be playing on the Slaughter. We got Gabby on the Weaver. Armel actually, playing the Invoker. Fly solo on that Rubik. And last but not least, we got Rappy playing the Axe. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map here, we got X-Nova playing the support Shaker. Nana most likely playing the offlane Pugna. It does have the boots first, which is somewhat unlikely. It looks like we got a tic-tac-toes board happening. Somewhat unlikely for mid Pugna. Speaking of mid here, we get Kangaroo. Most likely to the mid. A lot more stats being picked up. Actually, I really can't tell at the moment. Actually, it might just be Nana on the mid Pugna. And then we get Ajit playing the Ursa Warrior. Actually, Ursa mid is not uncommon as well. Although I don't know if you want to go Ursa mid against an Invoker. Well, in fact, it seems like that's exactly what they want. They're going to put Kangaroo in the safe lane. Makes a little bit more sense here. It started out with a lot more regen. And that means Ajit is going to have to lane against the Invoker, which, again, honestly, not the best lane. Looks like both teams are going to put their safe lane in the other part of the map to essentially dodge here. Axe is going to have a very tough time against Pugna, in my opinion. We'll see what it does. I'm going to spend a little bit more time here watching the mid lane, because I think Armel is going to have a very big advantage there. Well, not if he missed the block like this, though. Invoker, quite the slow hero. Unfortunately, unable to get back into the lane. But we are going to see a big wrap around here to start things off. But it looks like Invoker, or sorry, excuse me, Warlock's going to tank the gank. I don't think he'll die here. They're going to do a lot of right click, but Afo should be able to get back to the tower in time. He might need to go back to base and shrine it up a bit. But did actually prevent the gank here against the Ursa, which is pretty much all the support duo of the Radiant wanted. But they're going to wrap around here and prevent Afu from walking all the way back to the top lane. Ooh, Ajit being fairly aggressive here. Does have an extra salve being brought out. Gonna force out Armel salve immediately, but Boomback's gonna come around and Ajit walks in a very awkward path. I think he should get crushed here. Crush into Sunstrike should be a very easy setup. Sunstrike not gonna happen just yet. Body block's gonna come through here. Fire Solo trying to look for the lift. Where's the fissure? The fissure is gonna block off 2 people. Now we're gonna see a couple of right clicks going against Boomback. No. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be close. They're gonna toss it back. They still have the Sunstrike available. A lot of support rotation, but at the end of the day here, Armel is gonna just walk back to the lane and start CSing away. I think that little bit of skirmish did help Armel catch back up in terms of CS, because he was actually getting a little bit wrecked on the mid lane. Oh god, I'm sorry. Ah, fuck, boys. My bad. My bad. It'll be fixed. I'm surprised that Puck is actually doing okay in this 1v1. Ooh, we got the orb coming through. Fly Solo in a lot of trouble. The crush is going to be there, but the right click should be there as well. First blood goes to Afu. Nice orb around here by Kangaroo. His orb was actually so good that, like, it hit the Puck, obviously, or it hit the Rubik, but also made sure that he was very far away so that the Slaughter Crush could only get one of them. And that made sure that the right clicks was able to get off the Rubik. So very nicely done by Kangaroo. Nice Berserker call, but okay, the spins will still do damage. Nana's gonna walk back here, drops one nuke, but looks like he's gonna go down. Unfortunately, I think he wanted his Nether Blast to take down a creep and get rid of the Battle Hunger, but didn't actually get able to get it. Meanwhile, simultaneously, it looks like they were able to get a kill on Invoke. Was that a solo kill? No, that was actually Earthshaker coming around with a fissure to get the job done. So I was expecting Ajit to have a lot of trouble, but Ajit really laying it in against Armel. And that's going to give Ajit his quick boots if he wants it. In fact, he does have the boots already ferried out. Going to get himself the Shrine regen. And he's going to look to dominate the lane even further. Alright, I see the chat already crying about the overlay. Again, sorry guys. Gabby in the top lane, gonna take a lot of physical harass. It's a very, overall, very low CS game. 4.5 minutes in, 20 CS. Not exactly what you're seeing. Meanwhile, it looks like, ooh, top lane. They were able to pick off the Weaver. Weaver, I didn't see how they died, but he was hanging around with very low HP. I could only imagine that was his overall greed that got the kill on him. Kangaroo, though, already extremely effective in this game. 2 kills. I'm going to put WG fairly far ahead. I think this Clutch Gamer lineup is going to have a very tough time coming back in this game if they're going to lose a lane like this. Ursa is going to get a relatively early blink and start styling on all these kids. One thing I remember watching a lot of Clutch Gamers as, ooh, Rappy might be a little bit trouble. No, he's going to be fine as I continue to miss kills. Nice production, nice camera, guys. Sunstrike's going to set one up here against Pugna on the bottom side of the map. Meanwhile, it looks like Axe was okay up top. Back in the mid lane here, nice Fissure block. X-Nova doing work. Armel goes invincible, but they got the dust prepared. Alright, the rotation of the supports on the Radiant side is not keeping up with what WG is doing. Bottom side though, Nana gonna take a lot of harass. The one thing that the Pugna doesn't do as well as the Puck is the fact that he doesn't survive, especially when the Earthshaker is roaming this much. I really think he needs the Fissure to back him up. As a result, he is dying quite a bit. Ajit gonna get his rune denied too. I haven't seen a Shaker being this effective for a while. And it's doing quite a lot of work. But as I was saying earlier, the one thing that Clutch Gamer is very good at is their fact to they're very good team fights. So it's pretty common for them to lose a laning stage and then make a comeback in the mid game. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for. But in terms of the draft, like this WG draft is much better when it comes to the team fight.
Radiant's top
So
tower's taking hits.
I mean, I guess a lot of it comes down to the blink dagger timing of Axe and Slaughter. If they find an early blink, they should be fine. But
Don't mind me.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Hannah doing a little bit of dance here. He does have the infused raindrop, so he should be fine against the Puck Nukes. But I really like what WG's doing. Even under the tower, they're putting a lot of pressure onto this Axe, making sure that he's not going to get any farm. Ooh, holy crap. How is Boomback so farmed? He's 0-0 with 9 last hit, but he's got 1,000 gold in the bank. He's rushing straight to Blink. Well, remember when I said that this really lineup is going to be dependent on the Axe as well as the Slaughter. Well, my support Slaughter has a half a Blink, 8 minutes into the game, and he hasn't got any kills. I'm pretty happy if you ask me. It really comes down to what WG is going to do with their lead though, because they had a tremendous laning stage. And this Ursa should be able to get his blink relatively soon as well. But the thing is, like, the blink is going to come, I imagine, a little bit, or around the same time the Slaughter is going to have his blink. Slaughter is actually going to get a little bit of farm priority. Is that the case? No, the Weaver was just getting a rune or two.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Good old phase boot Puck. Ah, fuck. Bottom lane, X-Nova still in a lot of trouble. Sunstrike Goo! Gonna get the kill, and keep saying that WG is having a good, tremendous laning stage, but good reply here coming out from Clutch Gamers. Gonna pick up a couple of kills, and Armel working towards his hand of Midas. Still very under-farmed for Invoker if you ask me, but definitely catching up. Good old Iron Talon on Armel on the Invoker to actually get a little bit of farm.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Right, so back to the face boot Pug. Not something you see too often. I wonder if he's gonna go for the standard Veil of Discord, or he's gonna go for the blink to be like extremely aggressive. Hana perhaps expecting a gank coming, but aw shit, not gonna miss this kill. Back in the mid lane, Ajit got ganked by 1 or 2 heroes, but pops his ultimate
Them die of
and gonna be fine. Ah, fucking dicks. Alright. I'm not gonna miss any more kill, guys. It's fine. It's fine.
Radiant's top tower's bad.
Top lane WG. Gonna start laying it in on this tower with the Nether Blast. That's gonna be a tier 1.
One last top.
Kangaroo activating his phase boots, moving forward.
That should help.
I think Veil first is a very good item, but there's a lot of pressure on WG. They need to start getting teamfight items, because once the Axe blink and the Slaughter blink comes online, they might be in a lot of trouble. X-Nova is going to be working towards his blink as well. It's like a good old arms race. Alright. 1600 gold. If you told me that the support Slaughter is going to be the first one to get his blink online, I would not have believed you looking in the draft, but that is indeed looking like it. Nope, just kidding. Ursa, 200 gold away from his. And I wonder if he's going to use the first blink to sneak into Roche or start looking for some kills. We'll see. Coil's going to get dropped on the top lane here. Boomback trying to juke around. Oh my god, okay, that crush hits nobody. But the orb also is going to miss here, but the phase boots might be able to get them to kill. Ooh, that's going to be enough. Alright. A little bit of mom spaghetti happening on the top lane, but no harm, no foul. Afu's going to teleport back to base, pop a shrine, and probably set up a gank. Fissure, and not going to be able to get the kill because of the infused raindrops. Nice OS frog item. Fly solo swings around. Fissure's gonna be there, but Nana in a lot of trouble. Nana's gonna try to walk away. What a fissure by Fly Solo, and the Fable Zap to get the kill. Fly Solo does have the lift available. We'll toss him back. The Rock's gonna be there though. Are they gonna look for the kill is the question here. X-Nova still trying to run away. He does not have his Echo Slam. Blink in from the Ursa. Gabby's gonna get fissured up. They got the dust. Nicely done. The surprise butt sex here by Majit. Gonna claim them the kill. Meanwhile, Armel still struggling on the mid lane. Very close to his Hanamitis. And we'll get it after this creep wave, but Ursa already starting to do a lot of work.
Gold and sweet. Dire's mid tower is having technical difficulties. Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Even though Nana is not having a good time, his score is 0-4-2. I feel like his impact in the game is actually pretty high. Has already claimed 2 outer towers, putting a lot of pressure. And eventually his Netherward's going to do a lot of work. No points in it just yet, but Ajit's gonna rotate around. Sees Boomback, gonna go straight on him. The fissure from the Rubik. Gonna force him away. Gabby gotta be very careful. Ursa's gonna rotate back mid. He's lit up, so they will see him coming. X-Nova with the fissure block. Pretty good stuff, but don't really have the control. Fly solo, fissure still pretty good here. Swarm's gonna be there. Fissure's available. He's in range. Good fissure block, but Afu. There's that fissure, and they're gonna get the kill. X-Nova's coming through, but Fly solo might be a lot of trouble. Nice block here by Ajit. Swings around for 1 kill. Kangaroo, does he have vision on Gabby? That's a question. Coil is available. Blink, silence. Coil's gonna be there. Gabby. They got the dust, the fissure, and the right clicks. Ajit with his long ass claws reaching over the fissure to claim the kill. And this is my fear for Clutch Gamers. Their weak laning stage has propelled this Ursa forward quite a bit. How are we doing on the Blink Dagger? Very, very close. And same thing with Axe. And once the Blink Dagger comes online, Clutch Gamer could start setting up a ton of Sunstrike kills. But that might be too late. Sunstrike's going to check out Ajit's Roche. And are they going to go into on it? I don't think they can. Yeah, without the Blinks. Ajit's going to actually quite prematurely pops his ultimate to try to speed up the Roche a little bit. Roche should be gotten, but the bashes are actually doing quite a bit of work against Ajit. Alright. The pressure is on. Really enjoy WG's playstyle this game. Just fast and furious. Pressuring outer towers, pressuring kills. I really like the combination of Ursa and Pugna. Oh, might get ganked here. Blink Dagger. Crush is going to be there. They got the Sunstrike on the back line. That looks like they want the Shaker. It says Rappy. Going to get absolutely wrecked. But Coil's going to come down. The Rock's going to be dropped already. There's going to be a TP out from the Axe. So he's out. Back on the right side here. Boomback is going to decrep himself. And Boomback is going to go down as well. Fly Soul's on the run. They popped the dust for him. Meanwhile, on the backside, it looks like Gabby was able to pick off Nana. Ursa coming through. Fly Solo is able to... Ooh, got silenced. So no orb being used just yet. Blink forward. Ajit's going to pick up yet another kill. Gabby is going to run away from the big bad bear. And looks like they will lose yet another tower. It was really, really hard for Clutch Gamer to fight. They pretty much used all of their spells for the Shaker kill. And afterwards, you know, Ajit just came to town. And Afu with his rock really set up the fight nicely. So not the worst fight for Clutch Gamer considering the start that they had, but they need to really start turning this game around because this net worth graph is dipping down very, very fast. Clutch Gamer, you really need to start setting up some smoke ganks. Looks like Rubik's got one. Alright. Gonna bait Armel. We'll see if WG is gonna fall for it. Speaking of Blink Daggers, Shaker is getting to close to his very, very soon. Oh god. Oh god. Puck's gonna come in. Fissure is available. It's gonna be a pretty nice block. Kangaroo comes through, but immediate counter gank coming out from Hana. And another crush. They want to try to burn him down. Kangaroo. Echo Slam's gonna be there. They lost the Invoker. And looking for the dunk, but looks like X-Nova's gonna walk away afterwards. This Sucky D Suck. That's gonna be one kill. Fly solo on the TP out. Fissure a little bit late. I think it just came off cooldown. At the end of the day, 2-for-1 exchange. They lost the Invoker. They lost the Axe. Great trade by WG. And guess what? They got Nana, so they're going to be able to siege down this tier 2 tower as well. Gabby trying his best to get a little bit of counter rebuttal on the mid lane, but it looks like the Dire team's not going to push.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
I wonder if WG is waiting for some key items before they really start tackling the base of Clutch Gamer. Probably like looking for a mech of some sort. You would assume that Pugna will buy a mech in a situation like this, but looks like he's gonna go for Aether Lens instead, which is fairly interesting. Ooh, that's a very early gem purchase. That's a lot of confidence to buy a gem straight up like that, because that's like half of a Hana Midas for Afu, so they're feeling confident. They're gonna continually take away map control from Clutch Gamer. They do see Gabby doing this. Oh, smoke's gonna break, blinks forward, and Axe is gonna blink away. Actually, that blocks Ursa a little bit. Alright, they control him. Nice crush is gonna be there. They taunt him up, and looks like X-Nova's gonna be dead. The rock's gonna be there. The dump not gonna be enough, but looks like the Fable is gonna do the job here. Aja on the backline. Silence gonna get dodged. Nicely done with the time lapse. Oh, the Fissure's gonna be there. He does have the Aegis, so no harm, no foul. Looks like they passed the gem here to the Ursa. Pretty smart considering that he does have the Aegis. Looks like they want to. Ooh, nice blink away by Ajit. Slaughter's still around here, and they will take down the Golem. Pretty good trade here for Clutch Gamer, if you ask me. Quick reinforcement by the team, being able to trade for one and the Aegis.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
And I think WG is in a position where they really need to maintain this lead, considering that they have Ursa. Ursa is one of those heroes that can win the lanes, win the mid game, and easily lose the actual game because tower gonna get denied. Nicely done by Kangaroo. Ursa's lead is so fragile. So especially when you're buying items like gems and whatnot, it's to me extremely all in. Nice. Ooh, they got him. Gabby. It's gonna break the coil, but nice fissure. Ooh, Gabby's still gonna be able to run away. I think these fissures are doing a lot of work though. Kangaroo? Out of mana. I'm not sure exactly what he's chasing, but the right clicks, would it be enough? They got the gem. Where is the gem? He blinks forward. The Meteor is going to be there to greet him. Meanwhile, Gabby is going to get fissured up. Enchant Totem. Oh, they're still chasing him. Oh my god. Orb is going to be there. Jaunt forward, probably. Couple more right click. This is the greatest escape ever. They have baited them so well. So much time has been bought just by this Weaver. Weaver doesn't have a TP out, but does have a bottle to regen a little bit back. Is Nana going to actually get off a blast? They still see him somehow. Who has the gem? Gabby's. Oh god! They got him! Okay, he's going away. Warlock's gonna be there. Okay, he's now going back in time. Oh god! Gabby now runs to the right side. He's gonna be fine. There's 4 people looking for him. Oh my god. Yo, this reminds me of that song. Something something in Paris, you know? First you gotta catch him. And he's slippery as the fuck. Gabby's fine. Alright. We good, we good. Dude, that is the definition of space creation. I'm not sure what the team did with the space, but no problem. Gabby swings around this time, says, I'm full HP, I got some team, but really? Whoa! Yo, where did everybody come from? This is like a shoot on Compton, man. You think you're getting some guy, and suddenly all that guy's homie just came out of nowhere. And everybody be dead. WG can wait for the Roche if they want. It is respawning relatively soon, but I think this is a good opportunity to actually start going for some towers. Unfortunately, the lanes with the outer towers are still extremely pushed. Is WG gonna start poking at high ground? I mean, they do have Pugna, so they can. Alright, CG is probably going to go for a tier 1 of their own, but there's a lot of indecision. I mean, they're trying to maintain map control by checking for like wards and stuff like that, but I think CG is okay. Like, their team is very good at defending high ground. Mostly thanks to the Berserker call into, you know, the Meteor and stuff. But I think this is what they need to do. You know, push the lanes where the towers are at and start claiming tier 2s.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Radiant's mid
Gabby, gonna get fissured up. Ooh, where's the detection? Needed to give the gem to the Ursa right there. Meanwhile, tier 1 has gone down top to Armel.
Radiant's mid tower coming apart. Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good.
I just want to point out the map control that Clutch Gaming have, which is nothing. They have one ward here. That's it, right? The whole map is dark to them. And it is super dangerous to go absolutely anywhere. This early gem purchase, not something you like ever see. Really, really clutch buy by WG, and I think it's the reason why they're actually so ahead. Ooh, oh, Hana trying to make some plays here. It's gonna, oh, no coil though. No coil. A very offensive puck. Not something that we see too often, right? Normally it's like Veil, Blink, but FaZe Dagon, what a player. Alright, Rappy. Still looking to hunt here. Not gonna find anything. And again, it's so dangerous for Clutch Gamer. They're playing completely in the dark. Looks like they have added another ward pretty recently. Or was that there the whole time? Not too sure. But still. It's hard for them to defend anything. Rappy swings around, but looks like tier 1 is not properly defended here, as they will lose that tier 1. But I think trading a tier 1 for a tier 2 is okay for WG, especially now that once all of the outer towers gone, they can start poking up a high ground. Unfortunately, Nana is pretty much out of mana. That is the ever-eternal struggle of Pugnas. Where'd I get my mana? Alright, Diffusal Blade being worked on by Ursa. Trying to counteract any future Ghost Scepter that might pop up. I mean, in a situation like this, if you're Rubik, you probably want to get a Ghost Scepter, but you can't. Because, you know, the blade's coming out. Speaking of Diffusal Blade, Weaver's got one himself. Weaver going for a much more offensive build. He really needs one because he needs to deal against Pugna's ability to protect his ally or himself, so the Decrep is quite a bit of annoyance to physical DPSers like Gabby. The game has slowed down considerably, and I think that's to the advantage of Clutch Gamer. If they can make sure that the Ursa does not get Roshan, I think they're going to be in a good spot moving into this mid and late game. Pug is getting pretty big, but we fine. We fine. Alright, smoke up here by WG. And also, smoke up by CG. Scan's gonna come out. Great guess by WG. And now they're gonna be able to walk around. Ajit says take this path. No, somebody says take this path. Walking up the hill like this is not in the favor of WG. They pop a ward down. This is a pretty bad position if you ask me for WG. Smoke gonna break relatively soon. Sunstrike's gonna come through. Blink call. It's gonna get the okay. Meanwhile, in the background here they see Fly Solo. Fly Solo immediately dead. The Rock keeping X Nova alive. They're gonna burn down the Axe. Echo Slam's gonna get used. Gabby, though, did actually time-lapse. The coil has been used, so trying to burn down the low ant. The annoying ant will be dead. Meanwhile, the puck blinks forward. He wants one more kill. Gabby's still on the run. Gabby, universe being created. No! He will not be able to run away here. Armel has gone back into the ghost walk, and he is gonna be fine. Big team fight won, despite the fact it was the Dire that got initiated upon. Ajit's gonna go back into the pit and, well, take care of some business. Wait. Is Boomback gonna make a play? Sunstrike keeping Roche in check a little bit. Boomback thinking about blinking in. He's thinking about it. He's looking for the crush. It's a little bit early. He got blown the hell up. They got the Ursa, they got the Roche, and they got a freebie on top of that. Thanks, Lardar, for the 3-2-2. And this is the invitation to the high ground. I mean, Slardar is going to respawn very soon, but by that time, tower could be dead. Mr. Puckman, we need you for the push, man. No? Seems like they're, again, very hesitant to go up on the high ground. They still has maintained the gem, which is the impressive thing, right? I think they bought it like 15 minutes in the game. And not once has this Warlock died, so very nicely done. Alright, Ajit still farming away. Has the Axe on top of his Aegis. And the Diffusal Blade. I guess even if WG doesn't go up the high ground, if they can maintain the map like this. I mean, look at the mini-map, right? Like, CG is just trapped in their base. So, the net worth graph is going to be probably maintaining about a 10,000 net worth lead for WG. Nova walks up on the high ground here. Fly solo, he's about to ward, and it's about to rip. Oh my god. I believe I said it about 85 times by now, but that gem has done so much work. That Rubik was trying to, you know, get some map control back, but one of the leading cause of support deaths is warding or dewarding.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Gabby, I think, is really the only one that could walk out of the base to do stuff. But even he is not, you know, too ultra safe. Afu has a blink dagger, so he could stay hella far back. It's an interesting conundrum, though, that he has with the blink dagger. He can stay far back with the rock, but he needs to provide vision with the gem, so maybe he would blink forward if they see, like, a Weaver being chain disabled to provide the gem vision. I wonder when they will decide to actually go push, is the question. Oh, that gem is gonna take down this ward. Shortest lived ward ever. Is Afu gonna man up and blink up on the high ground? Yes, he is. No fear. Alright, an arrow has been drawn. They got 3 waves pushing in. Pugnus has got some decent mana to start spamming the tower if they want. Which lane do they want? Top or bottom? Or top or mid? Alright, looks like it's mid. Let's go. Pugnus got Ags as well, so. Wow, they even throw the Shadow Word on him. There's the one blast. Wow, they're being super safe. They're committing defensive force staffs as well. Alright, Ajit. Gonna stand on the high ground. Walks in. Uses ultimate to pop off any stuns. Defensive force staff. Another blast. Slow and steady. Nether Ward's gonna be there. Blink Rock's gonna be there as well. Fissure, they want the Invoker. The Echo Slam actually not hitting anything because of the BKB X Nova. In a lot of trouble. X Nova forced that back out, but will die to the tower last hit. They really commit a lot for this. And I think with that misplay, they are gonna lose this push. I don't think WG can stay anymore without their ultimates. And if you ask me, was there any reason to play like that? No. You got a Pugna, you got a Ursa with Aegis. Just slow down and siege. But it looks like they don't want to back out. Despite having no Rock, no Earthshaker. They want to keep fighting, and I think that's going to be a mistake here. Boombag's on the hunt, looking for a low, but that's going to be Mr. Gemman if he finds him. Ursa's going to be there. He does have his ultimate available, but we'll pop it immediately. Go straight for Boombag on the back line. It's going to be Puck coming in. Puck misses his waning griff, but will orb and come in on the right side. But look at the damage output. Ursa is dead. His Aegis has ran out. Can this be the throat that they're looking for? Afu trying to pour it out, and oh my god. That was such an important TP out because of the gem. Meanwhile on the backside here, it looks like Kangaroo able to pick up the puck kill. And they're looking for the escape. Nicely TP out by him as well. Big mistake by WG. First to initiate in with the Rock and Echo Slam. And secondly, staying after all of their spell has been used. And that can be the comeback that CG needed. Very smart purchase of the BKB. If he didn't have it, Armel would have been blown up by that combination. And I think that BKB did actually surprise WG because early BKB is not a common purchase for Invoker. Very good recognition of the situation, and as a result, and perhaps with a little bit of luck, CG is definitely back in this game. Man, if they got that gem, I would have said that they're actually ahead, but they didn't get the gem. So, about 75,000 net worth lead here. Back in the mid lane though, ooh, Slaughter got picked off here by a Fissure. A little bit of drain action by Nana. Ajit gonna work towards a BKB of Zone. Kangaroo. Gonna continue to upgrade his Dagon. Oh, it looks like he's actually not upgrading anymore. Gonna be opting for the Hex instead. Alright. It's pretty weird to stop at Dagon 3, because normally if you decide to go for an item, you just stop at Dagon 1, because the first Dagon is like the most... I don't want to say cost effective, but it's the reason you got the item, right? And then if you want another item, you start getting it. But Dagon 3 is somewhat of a interesting choice. I wonder if that last team fight made him decide it's like, okay, Dagon's not what I need. I need more disable. Maybe the insta hex on the Invoker is what they're looking for. Well, as a result of that last high ground push, they're gonna be able to just elongate the game for quite a bit. CG's gonna sit here, probably wait for the next Roche and challenge it there. Nana's got a Blink Dagger. I find that extremely interesting. Where's the gem now? Alright, looks like X Nova's got it. Makes sense. X Nova's got the defensive 4 staff. Although in the actual team fight, I don't know if you want to give it to X Nova. He will be able to initiate on the Weaver and stick on him. At the same time, though, he's always, you know, the first one in, so his chance of dropping the gem is actually quite high as well. Looks like a Smoke Gang whiffed here by CG. And WG is being very, very careful. Tower in the mid lane, quite low already now. Oh, one thing I didn't mention about this Nether Ward is that something you could do is, or sorry, not the Nether Ward, the Aether Lens, is you could actually cache a Nether Ward. Like, look at this cast range, right? So in a team fight, you can actually hide it in trees, where you normally can't without the Aether Lens. So that's pretty good. Oh, that's... Okay, no. He just wanted the rune. Nobody was nearby. I mean, they had Sunstrike, so... Maybe he could have made a play, but... Probably too dangerous next to the enemy shrine. Alright, Roche is happening. We're gonna need some quick response. There are people teleporting right into vision of Afu. Afu, you're in a kind of awkward spot. They want to cut them off in this side. X-Nova coming in. They could all blink over the tree line. There's about 85 blinks here. And looks like that is going to be a Rubik getting found out. Look at the vision game here, man. Wards, wards, wards everywhere. WG understands that this Roshan is the most important one. Now Jit blinks over like 3 cliffs. Back into the pit. Meanwhile, I like what Pugna's doing. Getting some chip damage to this tower. I think with this Roche, WG would probably play extremely safe and Aegis and Cheese on the Ursa, man.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? The Dire went and fortified their structures.
Alright, tower gonna be down. Another blast is gonna start chipping both Raxus at the same time. Bang. So hard to defend this. I'm not sure whether they can. The rock has been dropped, and again, they're gonna go into nicely done here. The Echo Slam's gonna cancel everything that Axe has been trying to do. He is getting shrined up, but the Dagon's gonna take him down. Meanwhile, on the backline, Gabby trying to right click down on X Nova. He's gonna be fine. Nice defensive force staff out. Nobody's focusing on the Rax just yet. Oh, Nana, thank you, friend. Giving some HP back. Puck jumps in. Puck is dead. Ursa's gonna be there though. Ursa still has the Aegis. He has transferred the BKB on himself. His Aegis has ran out. Nana back to gaining a lot of mana back thanks to his life drain. Ursa's in there. He's got the BKB defensive force staff back out. It looks like Rubik dropping extremely low as well. And again, they could just slow siege the buildings, but instead they want the kills. My man, come on, just get the buildings. Objective gaming, please. I guess we're gonna sit around for 10 more minutes and wait for the next rush. Oh god, what is that TP, Rubik? Wait. Wait. Fly solo? That's some YOLO aggressive play there by Fly Solo. I mean, his team wasn't even nearby. Tornado! Okay. They're being super aggressive without their axe, if you ask me.
Come and get it.
Nana. Ajit moving forward. I mean, you could probably 1v3 with BKB and Axe. This is probably like one of the longest running surviving gem in a pro game. It's coming up to like close to 30 minutes of the gem being alive. Actually insane. I think as these BKB starts to build up, Axe has got his now, of course Invoker's got his, that the WG game plan of killing people is going to be less and less effective and riskier as the game goes on. True wizard status achieved by Armel. Aghanim's Octarine. Spell's gonna be on very, very low cooldown. Here we go, immediately smoked up. They want to pick, and they want Raxus, I imagine. Or maybe they're gonna jump into the base and fight them in the base, you know? Ajit preps an overpower. And they're just gonna hit a tier 3? I don't know about this. Just gonna pop his... Oh, Coil's gonna be used. Armel, 2-man tornado. EMP's gonna there. Blink call. Not gonna hit. Well, it did hit on the Ursa, but he doesn't care. Well, he might care now. He's gonna have to pop his BK Blink ultimate, but that ultimate does absolutely a damn thing. As they have to back off. WG hitting the tier 3 bottom. I know the wave is not push mid, but what is happening right now, guys? Fly Solo moving forward and looking for a lift. I think once again, WG will not be able to get any objective out of this. Alright, are we gonna back off now, or?
Someone's having technical difficulties.
Oh, next Roche is up in like 5 minutes if WG want to wait for it. Wait. Link in from the mid lane. Nana being very aggressive. They have Diffuser Blade. X-Nova's bugged up, so he actually can't do anything. Fissure, is that Fissure being stolen? Yes, it is. They're going to try to drain him up, and the Weaver instead. Back on the right side, X-Nova in a lot of trouble. The bug is going to take him down, but Ajit comes in and making everyone go, ah, shit, as they all just die to the Ursa. On the right side, Fly Solo's going to get picked up by Kangaroo. Gemma Trusa hits the deck, but I imagine WG's going to recover it. Ajit goes right in. Armel, the Wizard, trying to defend by himself. Uh-oh, Cold Snap's going to get used. BKB's going to be there as well. Just going to get repelled back a little bit here. Fly Solo, blinks back in, lifts him up, tosses him back, but the Raxus, though, is going to have to get glyphed. 2 defending against 3. And I just don't think they can defend against that. The Raxus will go down. The question is, will WG get 2 lane of Rax? They're going to be looking towards to do it. They still got the Pugna and a very decent amount of mana. Ooh, the Hex is going to be there, and now Armel in a lot of trouble. Armel's going to get taken down. Somebody save him. Defensive Yules is going to be there. Ooh, can he actually make it out? Okay, Decrepify and Life Drain. Some suckity suck here by Nana. Able to take him down. The buyback's going to be there. Boomback's back alive. Can they actually? No! Nicely jaunted out by here by Kangaroo. Dagon's going to get used. Armel really hunting. He's going to miss the Sunstrike. They need to chase. Tornado's going to miss as well. Kangaroo blinks forward. Nikus Nova is back in the fight here. Ooh, the Fissure's going to get him. And Boomback is going to be dead as well. They Hex one up and they Coil one up as well. Fly Solo looking to run away. There is no running from Ajit. Kangaroo now moves forward. Armel with the buyback did not do anything. And looks like X-Nova and his team is 5 strong again. Nana's gonna give mana back as well? Bro, full HP, full mana. Ajit on the push. Slowly working on the tower. Okay, oh, what a hex! That is a back! Echo Slam and the Rock has been dropped simultaneously. Rappy pops the BKB and the Blade Mount, but the Fissure blocking him away. X-Nova doing an amazing job. Armel has popped his BKB as well. Looks like Rappy is dead. Lift and Yules. Okay, Crush doing a lot of work against Kangaroo. Kangaroo's dead. Gem hits the deck here, but Ajit is inside. Ajit getting purged up. Ajit is being slowed down. Can't actually CG hold. The Raxus in a lot of trouble. Double, triple force up. Ajit is out of danger. And Sunstrike. And they're going to get him dead. Armel with the plays. Now they're going to try to get as many people as possible. Gabby with that I have Scotty doing so much work. That's going to be one more kill. They're going to chase for a little bit more. Tornado not going to hit here. But Nana in a lot of trouble. He blinks away just in the nick of time. Looks like the gem in about 3 minutes or 30 minutes of purchase has finally switched hands to the side of the Radiant as they make a successful defense. Boomback will be able to carry this gem for the remainder of the game, hopefully. And CG's back in it. Now, they did have to use a bunch of buybacks, a lot of resources, but, you know, better than losing the game, right? So that Sunstrike to actually pick up the kill there was absolutely huge. Alright. I gotta say though, there was some sick like insta yields, insta hex action there by our puck player. So kudos to him. So far, I gotta say, I feel like the Axe hasn't been able to do anything, and that's not really his fault. It's just that every time he blinks in to counter initiate, he just gets like insta disabled or insta hex. This Shaker has been doing a lot of work as well. All right, for the first time, Clutch Gamer actually on the offensive, looking to take down a tier 2 tower. This Eye of Scotty purchase very smart as well, because Clutch Gamer trying to essentially burst people down. Given the extra HP to make sure that you have some gas left with time lapse is quite huge, and the control against Ursa is very valuable as well. What is happening? Why is there... What? Okay. Ooh, you know what? That was super unfortunate for Clutch Gamer because that was one of the longer Roche spawns. If they had a short Roche spawn, would have been able to take it down. Is this a golden Cribulus? It's a really sick... Dude, Cribulus has like a purse. A golden purse. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Jukes. Ooh, they actually checked that the... Do they have vision on this? Oh, they don't have vision on this! Courier, please! Don't be so blind. Oh my god, they don't see it? They don't know? Wow. This is like the biggest debate by Roche ever. Oh, okay. They see it. And then what? And then the courier feeds. Alright, well. Aegis and cheese. Here we go. Attempt number 4. And this time they got the mid-wave pressured in, so the split push of Armel is not really gonna be enough. Armel has no buyback, so he might as well just buy the Lincolns. Unfortunately, the courier's dead, so he needs to run towards the side shop if he wants it. Alright, WG. Hopefully, I think they oh, wait. He's just BOT'd out. Alright, I guess he could just walk back really fast. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Give him the flank. Armel. Invis up right now, going to buyback status. Nobody on Radiant side has it. Ajit's gonna get lifted up on the backside. Looks like there's a big fight going on. The Radiant team being stunned up and coiled up on the front though. They're gonna try to focus on the Ursa. Shaker's dead, and now Pugna's being focused on Pugna on the run. He's trying to decrep himself, but they purge him off immediately. He's also gonna be the Ursa comes back in. First hit bashes on Armel, but he goes invis. Without his team, Ajit's gonna get control, and Ajit is gonna be dead. Gem hits his deck. He has the Aegis. Rappy comes back in there. Look. Are they going to taunt him up is the question. Sunstrike, they taunt him up. The blame out's going to get activated. And now Ajit in a lot of trouble. Siege from all sides. Ajit trying to fight himself out of there, but he's so controlled. He's slowed down. There's a Dagon popping off, but I don't think Ajit will make it out of there. Ajit is going to be dead. Okay, Ajit is dead. On the right side, Pugna's going to be dead as well. Will this be a comeback? Afu trying to pour it out, but Afu's going to be also dead. At the end of the day, Gabby is the only one alive. What a spectacular defense here. The big wraparound, the reach from the back. The Trojan horse, they never expect this shit. And CG will make a successful defense again. And will this be a throw? CG making a lot of big plays, but it was really WG making a lot of mistakes in my opinion. Now base is defended. Armel leading the creep wave in the mid lane, and here we go. I mean, Weaver's got a lot of defensive items, but he's packing heat as well. So once they get to the tier 3, it's going to be a lot of trouble. There is buyback on the Ursa. Pugna does not have the buyback for 6 minutes, and I do believe the Radiant team recognizes that as well. This could be multiple lanes of racks here. Can CG just steal one under the noses of WG? Let's go. Alacrity already pre-casted. Probably going to throw it on top of Gabby. Fissure. I think Gabby could hit from low ground to high ground. Can he? Yeah, he can. It's going to miss a couple attacks, but, you know, there's a lot of attacks in there as well. Lift's going to get used. 40 seconds to the Pugna. Echo Slam's gonna get there. They're gonna try to burst him down. Can they? Do they have enough? No! Defensive force out the Hex. Oh, he dies to the tower, but the meter do a lot of work. Okay, he's gonna be fine. Kangaroo's gonna be okay as well. And now what a defense by X-Nova. X-Nova walks right in, and X-Nova's just gonna straight up die, I think. No. Okay, X-Nova, I think he's gonna die to the tornado. Yeah, he's dead. He's gonna have the buyback as well. Meanwhile, Ajay comes back in, looking for the boom back. They purge. Okay, he's gonna be dead. Blink away. The fissure's gonna be there. Do they have detection for Armel's the question? He's stunned up, but where's the sentry? Where's the dust? They got nothing. Armel says low, and I'm just gonna walk myself out of here. Alright, Puck's gonna be here. Ooh, fly solo. Blink, Hex, Dagon. Okay, he's gonna be dead. Alright, that push did not work, and I do believe it's gonna be WG's turn to go the other side, but there are 2 buybacks available on the side of Clutch Gamers. They got the Weaver, they got the Slaughter, 2 very important heroes. Ooh, Armel, don't get caught here, man. Ooh, this is some big plays by Armel. Do they have detection? Alright, they got a gem. They got a gem. On the Warlock. Is that the original gem? Yes, it is. Alright. Alright, I need to drink some tea. Holy shit, this game is making my throat. Alright, we back. Pugnut's gonna port in. This is gonna be a really difficult hold. Alright. EMP. Alright, all of that mana is gone. But Nana could give him mana back with the life drain, so not the worst deal. Link in, 2-man crush, no follow-up though. The Fissure's gonna be good. Berserker Call's gonna find them, and now they're gonna focus on the Puck. Armel's gonna drop his combo, but it's not gonna really do that much damage, as everyone is all BKB'd up. Coil's gonna be there, Rappy popping the shrine on the back line though. Looks like Puck already dead. Gabby popping his BKB, gonna take down the ward, and looks like that's gonna be a defender. X-Nova comes in, nicely blink away, but looks like they're gonna lose Afu. I think the gem has hit the deck. Meanwhile, looks like the Raxus are being focused down by the golems. They lift them one up, and they should be able to clean the golem down. Another successful defense here by Clutch Gamer. No buyback was necessary. Glyph, I believe, no, Glyph hasn't even been used yet. Clutch Gamers are really clutching it out this game. And WG is just banged the head against the wall. My god. Alright, Armel's gonna port in. And this could be going for the kill here for Clutch Gamer. If they win a fight right outside of WG's base, that's it, man. That's it. Looks like Gem is... I don't know who has a Gem, but Dire doesn't have it, and they will need detection versus his Invoker and the Weaver. Think about going in. They want Gabby. Echo Slam's gonna get used. The Berserker Call, though, is gonna bail him. No, it's not gonna be enough. Weaver assassinated. Okay, Berserker's Call still on X-Nova. It's gonna get forced half away. Everybody now on the defense. X-Nova on the run. What a deafening blast by Armel. Clips him, and, well... I guess base defended on the WG side as well. Weaver, despite being extremely tanky, not tanky enough. Every time they go in, they just dunk him. And they Ursa him, so... Man, this game, I have no idea who's gonna win it, because both teams are just unable to breach the high ground. Alright, WG's turn. Buyback is still available on Weaver, but I think WG could hold for 30 seconds, considering that they have the... oh, there's a gem on the ground. There's Glyph available, so that's going to be 5 seconds. They force tap him in. Tornado's going to miss. They're getting some time. Fissure on Rubik's side. Oh, the Blink Coil is going to be on Suji. Berserker Crawl is going to miss. Ajit going back in, looking for Armel, but Armel doing the ring around the Rosie. They need a Glyph their buildings. Glyph has already been used. And now on the backside, Slaughter comes in. They lift up the Ursa. Ursa gets defensive force that back out. Here comes Gabby right into the fight. They're going to go onto Ajit. Ajit's being slowed down. The Raxes are being somewhat protected, but the Golems are on the Raxes. Nice time lapse. And on the backline, Kangaroo right-clicking onto the Invoker. Invoker getting sucked on, but he's going to be okay. Ajit, though, very, very low in terms of health. He's going to be running away. Ajit is dead. And with Ajit dead, I don't think they can push anymore. Meanwhile, I believe the Raxes has gone down. No, the Golem unable to do the job. All the Raxes low HP, but still going to be alive. 3 dead. And Clutch Gamer holds again. WG just can't get a break. Alright. Let's go the other direction again. Oh, dude, Roche is up. Yo, if Armel gets Aegis? Or maybe he throw an axe, right? He's always the first one in. I'm not sure. Oh, no, you give it to Gabby, because Gabby is getting, like, absolutely blown up every time he walks up the hill. Yeah. Gabby has a space, too, so. Yo, Nana? Nana's trying to make some plays, but he's about to get played on. Ooh, blinks. Ooh, the Force Sap is going to be there. Tornado is going to be dodged. Force Sap into a stun. And Nana, okay, self-decrep, trying to run away. Nice Deafening Blast, making sure that his Blink Dagger does not get to refresh. And that's going to be a kill. They got the Aegis as well. X-Nova, he's going to get seen. Blink Berserker Call, get him! Alright, he's got a haste rune. Alright. He does a buyback though. So.
Yes.
Armel BOT back up. Armel's got 10,000 gold. What the hell's going on? He could buy like moon shards for himself. He could buy BOT too. I'm not exactly sure why he's saving his so much. Alright, looks like he is going to buy the moon shards. And consume it. Now it's going to take a Y-hole. Moon shard, eat it. Eat the moon shard. Alright, they're going to try to burn down Gabby. But he's got Aegis, so.
I'm in your debt.
Tier 3 is gonna go down. 40 seconds to Pugna. He does have buyback. Dagon are gonna. Oh, they're gonna get Berserk called. The Puck gets Force Sap back out. But meanwhile, the backline, Ajit going for the support Rubik. Oh no, his BKB and ultimate has been used. Big Idol Slam here by X-Nova. Would it be enough? That's the question here. X-Nova is in there, and X-Nova is going to be dead. Armel just laying out spells left and right. And looks like everybody's being forced back. Ursa forced to buy out as well. Tornado making sure that everyone can retreat. Sunstrike coming through on top of the shrine. Did Ajit have to buy back? Yes, he did. And also looks like Pugna bought back as well. So that's 2 buybacks on WG. And Clutch Gamer didn't lose anything. Aegis is still up on Weaver. This is looking really bad for WG. WG's still up by 8 kills, or 7 kills, but at the end of the day, it's not what kills matters. It's about them buildings. Oh, Armel gave the Moon Shard to Gabby, I think. Yeah. Yep. Sugar Daddy Wizardman buying out moon shards. Into the high ground we go once more. Gabby still got the Aegis. No buyback on Pugna and Ursa. Gabby walks straight in. Okay, he's gonna dodge away. He's hexed up, but he's got the Aegis, so they really can't go on him. Boombax is in there. Boomback. Oh, Boomback pops the BKB, but he gets... Okay, the Berserker Taunt's gonna help him out here. Ursa trying to do as much damage as possible to Boomback, but Raxus has already gone down. Ajit being controlled up by that Eye of Skadi. They ping him out. Armel blinks in. He gets silenced up, but Armel still has a BKB. The Echo Slam not hitting too much of anything. Gabby will time-lapse back in. Stolen spell, and they're gonna try to come back in. Armel, it's gonna run away. Puck blinks forward. Puck is by himself. Puck, get out of there. Okay, he phased. Can he blink? Can he blink? Oh no, he can't. He's gonna be dead. Puck also has buyback, and he wills it immediately. And CG's okay to back off now, right? They got the Raxus. They got a buyback. I mean, they could get this range Rax, but they don't really care. So now they're gonna just go top instead. Clutch Gamers. Really good at defending, really good at team fighting. Something I touched on during the laning phase. They might have lost all 3 lanes, or at least 2 out of 3 lanes, but mid-game fights is where they really shine. Rubik has Axe. Let's do a quick round of item checks, as this game has gone on for quite a while now. Rappy has picked up the Shivas and the BKB. The Slaughter has the BKB and a Glimmer and a Force. A lot of items on him. Meanwhile, Shadowblade or Nyx Nova, that's pretty nice, but overall it doesn't feel like it's turning the course of the game. And because he's bought a lot more of these mobility items, Afu is... I mean, normally you'll see like an Aghanims or a Refresher at this stage of the game, but don't have that kind of go, man.
I'll take that. A soldier's fortune.
A golden thread.
WG will try once more, but that melee Rax up back to full HP, and of course Glyph is refreshed already for WG, or for CG, excuse me. And the plan of assassinating a hero is not really working out as easily as before, because everybody's got BKB, everybody's got a ton of HP. And even if you get somebody right now, they have buyback. Wax. Is Axe the one you're going to go for? Yes, they are going to try to get him, and the Rock's going to be there as well. Can it be enough? Yes, it is. They get the kill on the backline, though. That's a stolen Rock by Fly Solo. Fly Solo let it in, and Afu is getting beat down by his own Rocks. On the backline, Armel trying to control down the Pug now, but Ursa doing a lot of work. Looks like X-Nova has been dead. Armel, Tornado, they actually bring him up in the air. The Meteor, the Meatball is going to be there as well. Nana's up on the high ground. Nana is going to get Sunstruck down. Boom, he's dead. On the right side, though, looks like they just call GG as unable to actually bring the final push, even though it looks like the Raxes will go down to the creeps. They have lost the team fight. Nobody has buyback. And WG unable to clutch it out against the high ground defense of Clutch Gamers. And Clutch Gamer takes game 1 after some amazing defense. Wow. This was a really fun game. Highlight of the game for me, though, was Gabby was... with his highway Bugatti Weaver just like juking for like 2 minutes straight. I mean, that's not why they won the game, but that was hella hilarious. Alright, let's look at some numbers. Casual 40k damage by Gabby, almost 50k damage by Invoker, and nobody even near... I mean, like, Kangaroo is doing a lot, but that's the problem of Ursa. If you just don't have a disciplined high ground push, you will lose the game, and that's exactly what we saw out of WG. Game 1 is in the book. We're going to take a short break. Game 2 is coming up next. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. We'll see you in just a bit.